Syrians voted on Tuesday in an election that's expected to reinforce President Bashar-al-Assad's tenuous hold on power, 3 years after an uprising descended into civil war. The opposition denounced the presidential election, which included two largely unknown candidates, and Western governments, including the United States, are questioning its legitimacy. We begin with this report from CCTV's Nathan King.
Critics say this election is neither free nor fair, but the fact is that President Assad is still very much here. And if, as expected, he is re-elected, he will be Syria's president for another 7 years.
He's holding elections because his second term is about to expire, and he wants to tell the world that he is a legitimate president, and if the world wants to see an end to the crisis in the country, the world needs to get in touch with him, as simple as that.
And if the process is flawed, the PR seems perfect. The first election in 50 years with more than one candidate, 15 million Syrians eligible to vote in 9,000 polling stations. Some supporters of Assad decide to show their support by casting their ballots with their blood. But blood continues to be spilt on the battlefield after 3.5 years of grinding civil war and more than 150,000 dead. Rebels still control key areas of the country. In the besieged city of Aleppo, civilians fled bombings rather than cast ballots. And from Assad's Western opponents, a rejection of the vote.
The Syrian presidential election is a farce. It doesn't fulfill international standards for free, fair and transparent elections. And I'm sure that no ally will recognize the outcome of these so-called elections.
And some Syrians seem to agree, holding a symbolic election, casting ballots for those they say were killed by forces loyal to President Assad. But 3 years after many Western powers said Assad must step down, Assad holding this election is widely seen as him feeling strong enough and secure enough to try and legitimize a third term. Nathan King, CCTV, Washington.